Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to our kitchen for another 4-H demonstration video. I'm Maggie Herrington, and I'm the office manager with Purdue Extension in Hamilton County. And this is my daughter Caroline.
Hello, I'm in 3rd grade, and this year for 4-H I'm doing cookies.
That's right. All of you 3rd graders out there, brand new 4-Hers, probably starting to think about your cookies. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some tips today to be successful with your cookies. And we're going to start off with your oven temperature. Caroline, what can you tell us about our oven temperature?
You want to make sure that you preheat the oven before you even start baking.
That's right. If it says preheat the oven to 350, you want to turn on your oven before you start so that by the time we're actually sliding those cookies into the oven, we're at that temperature of 350. We want to talk a little bit about measurements too. If you're not a proficient baker or it's been a while, you might need some reminders. Caroline, what's the difference between a liquid measuring cup and a dry measuring cup?
Well, for liquid measuring cups, you use a liquid, like milk or water or oil.
Mm-hmm. And what about the dry measuring cups?
The dry measuring cups usually have dry ingredients, like flour and sugar and brown sugar.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that you mentioned the flour, Caroline. When we are measuring flour, what's the right method to do that?
You don't want to pack it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. When you measure flour, you always want to use a spoon, a small spoon or a scoop, and scoop the flour from the sack or the canister into the cup so that we keep it nice and aerated. If we pack our flour, our cookies will get too dry. Liquid measuring cup for oil, water, milk, those types of things. We also want to make sure that when we're measuring those things like salt or baking powder or baking soda, that we use a true baking measuring spoon. We don't want to go to the silverware drawer and get a teaspoon or a tablespoon that we would eat with, because this isn't really an accurate measurement for those types of things. I also want to mention, it's been a while since you've baked in your kitchen and you reach for those ingredients like baking soda or baking powder, that's what we call your active ingredient in your mix, and you want to just check the expiration date on those. If it's been a little while and your baking powder has expired or is near its expiration, you might want to hop on Amazon and order a new container so that it's fresh to make sure that those cookies don't turn out too flat. Caroline, when we get our batter all mixed up and we're ready to put the cookies on the cookie sheet, you did such a good job with these. How did you get them all the same size?
Well, when you're ready to get your cookie batter, you want to make sure when you're scooping it up, you want to drag it. You want to do it on the edge of the bowl, so that makes sure it gets perfectly flat and even.
Yeah, that's right. We're using a 1-inch dough scoop or ice cream scoop to get that consistent size across the board. Very good. Now, what about our bake time, Caroline? Because it's so important that we don't get our cookies too brown on the bottom or too brown on the edges. When we read our recipe and it says bake 7 to 10 minutes, where do we want to start?
You want to start at 7 minutes and try those out and then do the 10 minutes.
That's right, yeah. We always want to start with that minimum baking time. Take them out, see how they look. Are they done in the middle? Do they still look a little runny, or are they over brown? And then you can adjust your baking time accordingly. So we hope that these baking tips have been helpful for you and that you enjoy kind of experimenting with some different recipes and getting started with your 4-H cookie project. And we look forward to seeing you all really soon. Bye!
Bye!